Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will start from banking reports. Last session we have completed up to banking transactions. Today we will start from banking reports. First, list of banks and credit cards. From this bank and credit card report, you can view your list of bank accounts with balances. Okay. From report filters, you can select your bank accounts. And you can select bank account category and you can view the report. I'll open another company with transactions. Right, this one. You can select your bank accounts. If you don't select any bank account, you can view all bank accounts list. After that, you can click view report and generate the report. From this report, you can view your bank account name, bank account category, whether it's active or inactive account, description, and balance. If you have foreign currency bank accounts, you can view bank balance in that foreign account, foreign currency. Right. Next report, banks and credit card transactions. From here, you can select date range. Now from bank and credit card transaction report, you can generate bank accounts transactions. Okay. You can set a date range. You can generate for monthly, quarterly, yearly, or month to date, last month, custom date, or all. If you set a custom date, you can set a date here. I'll generate for last quarter. And you can select bank accounts. If you want one bank account, you can select that account. If you want to select all bank accounts, you can select from and to. Next, you can select bank account categories. From status, you can select active or inactive or both bank accounts. Now, after you create your bank account, sometimes you may discontinue that bank account. In that case, you can inactivate that bank account. Now here, if it is tick, this is list of bank and credit cards. This is bank accounts. From this active column, you can view whether it's active or not, and you can inactivate by unticking this active tick. Then this bank account will be a inactivated account. Next, you can select transaction type. You can select account payment, account receipt, customer receipts, opening balance, supplier payment, tax refund, transfer in and transfer out. And if you want to view in foreign currencies, you can tick this option, use foreign currency tick box. Then system will display transactions in bank's currency. Okay. After that, by clicking view report, you can generate the report. Right, now here you can view the company name, bank accounts, categories, date range, and you can view bank account, opening balance for as at this date, and you can view the transactions, debit, credit, and balance. You can view closing balance and movement for the period. You will increase the period. Right, now you have a few accounts. Transactions grouped by bank account. Okay, this report transactions grouped by bank account. And also if you have petty cash accounts or cash in hand account or cash control accounts also, those accounts also will display here. If you create any account under banking, those banks will display here. You can view the grand total also. And if you have any foreign currency bank accounts, if you tick this option, use foreign currency, then system will display transactions in bank's currency. Now here you can see dollars, dollar mark. Like that, you can view transaction report. Now, when you're doing bank reconciliation, so you can check all transactions available from this report, and you can do the bank reconciliation. Okay, actually, when practical situation, sometimes when you are doing bank reconciliation, you cannot find bank transactions in bank reconciliation. In that case, you can generate this banks and credit card transaction report and check whether that transaction available or not. Right. Next report, cash movement report. Here also from report filters, you can select bank account. You can select active, inactive, or both accounts. And from bank category, you can select category. From report options, you can select date range. And there's another option, show zero balance accounts. If you want to view, you can, if you want to view zero balance account, you can tick this option. Right, you can view cash movement, you can view the period, bank account, balance brought forward, cash received, cash paid out, cash total transfers, and balance carried forward. Now, if you increase the period, I'll take last quarter and refresh. You can view cash movement for each month. Right now, you can see this last account, balance carried forward 433,976.15. That carried forward balance will display as brought forward in next month. Right. Next, we will move to cash flow report. You can generate cash flow report for particular period, and you can select bank accounts, categories, active or inactive bank accounts. And if you want to include transfers, you can tick this transfers tick box, and you can view summary or detailed report. After that, you can click view report, and you can view the report. Right here, it will display inflows, outflows, and net money in out. Right, we will increase this period and we will check. I'll select last quarter. Right, now you can see inflows, outflows, and net money in out. I'll duplicate this report and I'll change this style as detail for this report. Now you can see, now it's account receipt. Under account receipt, there are two other bank accounts. If you select detail, system will display that sub accounts also, or GL accounts it will display. Now here we have selected summary, therefore it will display a summary report. Now you can see customer receipts, account receipts, supplier payment, account payment, like that system will display. But if you select detail, now under customer receipt there are two GL accounts. Those GL account wise also system will display if you select detail. Now here also account, under account payment there are few accounts. So if you select detail, system will display GL accounts also. And also there are bank, there's a tick box, bank transfers. Now if you are transferring from one bank account to another bank account in same company, so it will display as an inflow and outflow both. If you want to exclude that, you can untick. If you want to include, you can tick this option. Okay, you can view cash inflows, cash outflows, and you can select date range. And if you select group by month, then system will display monthly cash flow report. Now I have selected last quarter, therefore system will display July, August, September, and total. Now if you select monthly, this group by field inactivated, and if you select quarterly or yearly, this will activate. You select yearly. Now you can see month and quarter available. So if you select quarter, you can view quarterly cash flow report. Okay, these reports you can export to PDF, Excel, CSV. Also, you can print or email these reports. Next, bank feed audit trail. If you can link your bank account to the system, you can view bank feed audit trail report. Right, next we will move to special. Now from the special, you can edit your bank and credit card opening balances. Now when you are implementing the system, you will enter opening balances. You can enter bank and credit card opening balances. But later, if you found that entered bank opening balances incorrect and you want to change, you can use this special option. Go to banking, special, adjust bank and credit card opening balances. After that, you can select your bank account. After you select the bank account, system will display current opening balance. If you want to change your opening balance, you can change from here. And you need to enter reason why you are changing bank opening balance, and you can save. Without entering a reason, you cannot save this adjustment. So if you are changing your bank opening balance, you need to enter reason and you can change. Right, like that, you can adjust your bank and credit card opening balances. Right, now we have completed banking transactions. First, we will quickly go through this banking module. Go to banking. If you want to add a bank account, you can click add a bank or credit card. You can enter bank account name. You can add bank account category. This is default payment. There are 4 default payment methods: cash, check, credit card, EFT. If you select any payment method, default payment method, when you are entering any bank transaction, that payment method will display as a default payment method. Here you can enter your bank name, account number, branch name, branch code, and from active you can take this. And if you want to set any bank account as a default bank account, you can tick this default bank account. And if you tick this default bank account, when you are entering any banking transaction, such as customer receipts, supplier payment, or banking transaction, that bank account will display as a default bank account. And if you have activated the multi-currency module, you can select currencies. And if you are implementing for all company, you can enter the opening balance. After that, you can save and you can create the bank account. And from bank transactions, you can enter transactions, banking transactions. Now here, my default bank account display here. If you want to change, you can change. Right, from this banking transactions, you can enter account payment, receipts, customer receipts or payment, supplier payments, bank transfers, and tax payments. If you select account, from selection, you can select GL accounts. If you select customer from type, you can select customers from selection. If you select suppliers from type, you can select suppliers from selection. If you select transfers as type, you can select bank account from selection. If you select tax, you can select tax period for selection. Right. If you are paying, you can enter under spend, and if you are receiving, you can enter under receive. Here also, you can select analysis code, comments, and you can attach documents. You can split transaction from here, and if you want to add any column or field row, you can, by clicking this plus mark, you can add. And if you want to delete, by clicking this red color button, you can delete. And you can do the bank reconciliation. Select bank account, select period, and enter bank statement balance. And if these transactions are available in the bank statement, you can tick. And if you are correctly do the bank reconciliation, the difference should be 0. System will display system balance. Under balance, you need to enter bank statement balance here. After that, you can print the bank reconciliation and you can save. Right. Next, you will move to banking reports. From here, you can generate list of banks and credit cards report, bank and credit card transactions, cash movement report, cash flow report. And from special, you can adjust your bank and credit card opening balances. Right. Next, we will move to accounts module. From accounts module, you can create your GL accounts. Now, there are two types of accounts, GL accounts and item accounts. First, we will create GL accounts. By clicking this add an account, you can create GL accounts, or directly from accounts, add an account, you can create your GL accounts. First, you need to select the account name. From category, you can select the that account category, whether it's sales, cost of sales, other income, expenses, income tax, non-current assets, current assets, non-current liabilities, current liabilities, and owner's equity. Like that, you can select category and you can save. If you want to set a default tax type, you can select tax type here. And if you are creating this account for all company, sometimes you may have opening balances. If you have opening balances, you can enter opening balance here. Okay, and system, when you are creating GL accounts, system already has default accounts. If you want, you can delete those accounts and create new accounts from yourself, or you can edit available GL accounts and you can continue that GL account. And also, when you go to list of accounts, there may be some accounts in black color and some are in blue color. That black color accounts you cannot change, some are system accounts, but however blue color accounts you can edit. Okay, that black color or system accounts you cannot edit or delete. These blue color accounts you can edit or delete. After you create accounts, you can view the list of accounts. Here you can view the name, category, account description, account balance, whether it's active or inactive account, then default tax type. And from here, you can filter your accounts, sales, cost of sales account used today, other income, expenses, and current assets, current liabilities, and owner's equity, income tax. Okay. If you want to customize, by clicking this customize grid, you can customize your grid. If you want to add any column, you can tick. If you want to remove any column, you can untick this tick box. Right. Next, we move to this item accounts. Now, if you create item accounts, you can link that item accounts to your inventory items. Now, when you are creating item accounts, you can link these accounts for sales account, cost of sales account, inventory account, and item adjustments account. So if you create any item accounts, you can link to this inventory item. Okay, the main advantage of creating item accounts is, now when you are generating your profit and loss report, if you want to show a particular item sales or cost of sale in a different line, so you can create different item accounts here. Now, for an example, if you are running a hotel, okay, in that hotel you want to view your accommodation income separately, food and beverage income separately, and other services separately. In that case, when you are creating hotel some rooms in item, when you are creating rooms item, you can select sales account as accommodation income, and for cost of sales you can create accommodation as cost of sales, and inventory also you can create inventory as it is, and like this you can create sales account and cost of sales account. And for food and beverages, you can create F&B income. For cost of sales, F&B, like that you can create. Then when you are generating your profit and loss report, system will display separately that accommodation income separately, food and beverage income separately, other services income separately. Okay, like that, for that purpose you can create item accounts. Or else, if I explain another example, now if you are a consulting company, accounting consulting company, okay, you are doing auditing services, accounting services, and bookkeeping services. Now you have separate items for auditing, bookkeeping, and accounting. So when you and also you want to view your auditing income, accounting income, and bookkeeping income separately in profit and loss report. Okay, so when you are creating auditing items, you can create sales account for auditing income, and you can link that auditing items for that sales account. And when you are creating bookkeeping in items, you can create sales account for bookkeeping, and you can link that. Like that, you can link that sales account and cost of sales for this item. And when you are selling that items for, now when you are invoicing that auditing account item, so it will update the P&L under auditing income. Okay, like that, you can create sales accounts for items, and you can link that item, and when you are selling or purchasing those items, P&L will update. Okay, we will discuss another example now. We'll go to profit and loss report. Now you can see accommodation income separately, for transport, like that. There are different accounts. So if you these different accounts, because of we have created different sales item accounts. Okay, when you are creating item accounts, you can enter that account name, item account name, and you can select report group type, sales account, cost of sales or purchases, inventory, and item adjustments. Right? Like that, you can create item accounts. Next, you will move to account reporting groups. Now, the main advantage of this account reporting group is you can group your GL accounts for particular group. Now, for an example, you can group your expense account under administration expenses, marketing expenses, sales expenses, or finance expenses. Like that, you can group your GL accounts. So you can do the grouping from these account reporting groups. After you create reporting groups, you can view your financial reports by grouping. I'll generate profit and loss report. Now this profit and loss report, you can view, see, administration expenses, distribution expenses, finance expenses, marketing expenses, like that. There are some groups, so you can grouping from here. Okay, we'll do some grouping. Now all accounts will display here. After that, you can tick these accounts. Like this, you can tick your GL accounts, and you can click this icon. Then this window will open. From here, you can enter your group name. You can enter here. Okay, now this account group under UOR. Okay. I'll repeat it again. Now here, your all GL accounts will display here. You can tick accounts which you want to group, and you can create this icon, group selected accounts. After that, this window will open. Now there are three options: add account report group, select account report group, or remove from account report group. Now we want to create a new group, therefore we can add new group, and you can save. Then this account will group. Right now you want to add this account also to under new group. In that case, you can take this account, click the icon. Now you want to add to a previously created account. Therefore, you can select account report group, and from here you can select new group and save. Okay, now this is under this group. And if you want to remove any account from the group, you can select that account. Select this remove from account report group, then it will remove. Right, like that, you can group your accounts. And you can view P&L items and balance sheet items. You can group those accounts. Okay, after your grouping, you can save this by clicking the save button. Okay, now you can create a few groups. Okay, next you will move to adjust account reporting opening balances. Now, when you are creating your GL accounts, you may have entered your opening balances. And if you want to change your opening balances, you can select your GL account. After you select your GL account, system will display current opening balance. If you want to change, you can enter new balance and you can enter reason and you can save. Right. Next, we will move to accounts reports. Now from reports, you can view account list. You can select categories, sales, cost of sales, other income, expenses, income tax, like that. You can select account categories from report filter. And from report option, you can select this year, last year, live to date. After that, you can view the report. You can view name, category, active, description, and account balance. Next, account transactions. Now, especially when your auditors come for audit, they will request your GL account transactions report. In that case, you can use this account transaction report. And from this account transaction report, you can generate your GL account transaction for a particular period. From date range, you can select the period and you can select GL accounts, categories, transaction type, account payment, account receipt, credit note, customer adjustment, like that you can select. After that, you can select department. Now, if you have using analysis codes, if you have already created a analysis code, you can select this analysis code. Now, for an example, in your company, you may have different branches, different departments, or you have jobs. So you want to filter by department or that branch wise or job wise, you can select this filter option. So if you select, now for an example, I have created departments. So if you want to view only accounts department transactions, you can select account and you can view the report. And also they are sort by. Now there are two sort by options, account and financial category. If you select account, system will display by account name, okay, by ascending order. Now here you can see it will sort by account name. And if you select financial category, you can view that financial category wise. Okay. And from status, you can select active, inactive, or both accounts. Right, now you can generate these two report, account listing and account transactions. Okay, next we will move to accountants area. Now, if you have created any users under add accountant, you can view that accountants. First, you can enter accountant note. You can add meetings, notes or reminders for your users. Next, you can enter journal entries from this accountants area. Go to accountants area, process journal entries. From here, you can enter journal entries. There are two tabs, new journals and reviewed journals. Under new journals, you can enter journal entry. First, you need to select date. From effect, you can select debit or credit. After you select debit or credit, you can select the GL account. Next, you can enter the reference number, description, and if tax available for this transaction, you can select the tax rate. Under amount, you can enter the amount. And from by affecting account, you can select the credit entry. Now here you have select the debit. So by affecting account, that credit entry, you can select the credit account here. And if you are using any analysis code, you can select the analysis code. After that, you can save. Now in this system, you can enter journal entries from one line. Now normally most of systems, you need to select two lines for journal entries. However, here you from one line you can enter journal entry. Debit and credit entry you can enter in one line. Okay, here debit entry, and by affecting account you can enter the debit entry. After that, you can save the transaction. Okay, now in this system, assume now you are the finance manager of your company and you have a assistant. So your assistant can enter transactions. After that, you can check that transactions and you can review the transaction. Okay, even though it's saved, it will not transfer to your GL account. This journal entry transfer to your account after reviewed the transaction. Okay, so if you want, you can use the two-step, or if you are the only person in the accounts department, you can enter the journal entry and you can mark reviewed the transaction. Okay, either you can mark selected as reviewed, or you can reviewed all transactions. After reviewing only, this transaction will transfer to your GL accounts. Okay, if you save, it will not transfer to your accounts, and if you reviewed, it will transfer to your GL accounts. Right, now you can enter journal entries. Okay, after you enter your journal entries, you can view journal entries. Now assume now your assistant has entered these transactions. Now you want to check and review. In that case, we'll tick few transactions. Okay, I'll select tick these two accounts, these two journal entries, and click mark or mark selected as reviewed. Now you can see that those two transactions are not available under new journals. You can view those journal entries under reviewed journals. Okay, this page is payable and rental. You can see it's under here now. Right, now you can enter journal entries like that and you can review. So there are a few buttons available. After you select any journal entry, these buttons will activate. First one, mark as reviewed. If you tick any journal entry and if you click mark as reviewed, it will processed or it will transfer to GL accounts. And if you want to delete, you can delete by clicking this delete button. Next, batch edit. So if you want to change more than one journal entry at once, you can select this batch edit and you can change. Now here you can see I'll type only one reference, but it will change this other tick to journal entries also. It will type, right, like that. If you want to change reference or taxes, now you can see other two accounts also will change like that. You can change more than one journal entry at once by clicking this batch edit. Right, next, if you want to now here also manually you can enter journal entries. If you want to import journal entries by clicking this import journals, you can import your journal entries. So monthly, if you have any if you want to process journal entries, you can save it on CSV file and you can change amount if monthly those amounts change, and you can import to the system. Right, like that. You can enter journal entries. And next, there's a schedule recurring journal. Now here you can enter recurring journal entries. Now main purpose of recurring journal entries, main advantage is you can schedule that journal entry. Okay, now for an example, if you are paying rent, so every month you are paying rent and it's a fixed amount, so you can schedule that rent expense. Then system will automatically generate that journal entry, okay, by clicking this add recurring journal entries. You can set that journal entry. First, you need to enter name for that journal entry. After that, you can select your accounts. You can enter reference number and description. You can enter the amount. And by affecting account, you can select here. And if you are using any analysis code, you can select here. After that, you can go to schedule, and from here you can select the frequency. Now there are few frequencies: one time only, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. If you are entering this rent journal entry monthly, you can select monthly. After you select monthly, these additional features will activate. You can select date. Now every month you are last day, if you are processing this transaction, you can select the last and date. and every 1 month. Then last day of every month, system will process the transaction. And there's a recurrence range. Now, if you want to set a date, start date, you can set start date here. Assume we are starting from 31st October. Then there are three options: no end date. If you select no end date, system will continuously process this journal entry. Next, end after and occurrences there. If you want to add any amount here, assume 12 months, this will run for 12 months. And third option, end by. Now, if you have agreement with this rent, assume this till December 31st, then you can set the date. Then till this date, system will process this journal entry. After that, you can save. Okay, now for an example, if you are leased any vehicle, you will pay the lease rental for 5 years. So if you are paying monthly, you have 60 installments. So you can set 60 here, and system will process that journal entry for 60 occurrences. Right. After that, you can save this recurring journal entry. Right. Now you can practice recurring journal entries. After that, we will take a short break. We will start by 4:30. Okay, next we will move to reports. First, management reports. Under management reports, you can generate profit and loss report, balance sheet, trial balance, and budget report. First, we will go to profit and loss report. Now, this profit and loss report, you can generate your profit and loss for a particular period. Okay. First, you need to select date range. Next, if you are using any analysis code from under filter by, you can select your analysis code. And you can view the report. Right, system will display for this period, sales, cost of sales, gross profit, other income, expenses, net profit or loss before tax, income tax, and net profit loss after tax. Right. We will discuss additional features in this profit and loss report. Next, there may be grouped by month or quarter or analysis code. If you select analysis code, you can select analysis code, and you can generate analysis code wise report. You'll generate for last year. You'll increase the date range. Right, now here you can view department-wise profitability report. Now here we have selected analysis code, and from analysis code we have selected department, and you can view department-wise profitability report. Marketing department, HR, accounts, manufacturing, packaging. And if you haven't allocated any income or expense to a particular department, it will display under uncategorized. Next, you can view the total for all departments. Total you can view. Right. Next, if you select month, quarter, year, and if you select any more than monthly, assume you select quarterly, then you can view, select month here, and monthly profitability report you can view. Okay, you have selected the date range as quarterly, and in that quarter, months wise, you can view the report. You'll select last year. If you select yearly, you can select month or quarter. Right, each month you can view from here. And if you select quarterly, you can set you can view quarterly profitability report. Next, if you have entered any budget in your system, you can view with budget. You can view actual budget for these quarters. We will select without quarters. Now you can see actual and budget. And we'll select current year here. So current year, yearly. And if you tick compare with last year, you can view last year and current year. Here, last year, and this is current year values you can view. Next, if you want to view budget variance, budget and budget variance, you can tick this display and you can tick budget variance. From here, you can select your budget. Now you can view actual budget and variance. Okay, first you need to select the budget. Then you can tick this budget and display budget variance and refresh. You can view actual data, budgeted data, and variance. Next, now you can see when you generate this report, you cannot view decimal places. If you want to view decimal places, you can tick these decimal values. Then system will display with decimal values. Next, reporting group detail. Now we have ticked this option, and we will duplicate the screen, and we will untick this tick, and we will refresh. Okay, now here you can see administration expenses, and under that you can view electricity expenses, telephone, traveling, wages. However, if you untick this option, untick report group detail, you can view administration expenses as a total. Okay, here you can view detail GL accounts. However, if you untick this option, untick report group detail, you can view a summary. Okay, the main purpose of this creating reporting groups, you can view detail report and summary report. Right, those are the options in profit and loss report. Now you can practice generating with different filters and different settings of this profit and loss report. Okay, next we will move to balance sheet. Now from balance sheet you can run as a date. You can enter date here, and you can view the report. You can view your assets, equity and liabilities. You can view the totals. Okay, and if you have group by if you use the reporting groups or balance sheet items or balance sheet GL accounts, you can view that group or summary report or detailed report. Right now you can generate the balance sheet. Okay, next we will move to trial balance. You can generate your trial balance from here. You can select date range, and you can view closing balance or movement for the period. And if you want to compare with last year, you can tick this option. And if you have any reporting grouping, you can, by ticking, you can view reporting group detail. And if you untick, you can view the summary report. After you set these details, you can view the report. Okay, you can view the report. Right now, you can practice this trial balance report. Okay, next we will move to budget reports. Now, if you have entered any budgets, you can create budgets from here. Go to budgets and add budgets. You can view that budget report. You can select the budget. And you can view the budget report. You can view accounts, months, and totals. And there's an option, show zero items. If you tick this option, you can view GL accounts with zero values. Now you can view all GL accounts. If you untick this option, system will display only GL accounts with values. Right now you can view this budget report. Okay, next we will move to transactions report. From transaction report, you can view journal entries report. You can select GL accounts, or you can select categories. And from report options, you can select date range and you can view the report. From here, you can view your journal entries report. Right now, you can view this journal entries report. Okay, next we will move to audit report. First one, opening balances and tax adjustments. From here, you can view your opening balances and tax adjustment report. You can view account opening balances, bank account opening balances, customer opening balances, item opening balances, supplier opening balances, and tax adjustments. And you can view the grand total. Next report, audit trail. Now from this audit trail, you can view what are the transaction, which user entered that transaction, and that transaction entered time. Okay, from view report, you can view that audit trail report. You can view event, date, time, reference, transaction date, exclusive amount, tax amount, and inclusive amount. Now from these options, you can select event type. From report filters, you can select event type, whether it's transaction created or transaction edited or updated, deleted, or price change. If you select show all, system will display all event types. Next, from report options, you can select date range. And if you want to view user, you can tick this display user option. After that, you can view report. Then you can view the user here. Now here you can view account payments, account receipts, customer adjustment, credit note, like that. These transactions grouped by this event type, grouped by transaction type: account payment, account receipts, customer adjustment, account customer credit note, customer draft tax invoice, like that. Transactions grouped by the transaction type. And here you can view created, updated, deleted. Those details you can view. Right, next we'll move to system audit trail report. Now here also you can, from report filters, you can view company details, company logo, these details. Then you can select date range, and if you want to view display user, you can tick this option and you can view the report. Now you can see category, customer, supply and items, date, time, user, description. Now here, this system audit trail, it's mainly you can view that changes in company settings, changes to your customers or suppliers, currency change. Those details you can view from the system audit trail, and from audit trail you can view transaction. Okay, the main difference between system audit trail and audit trail is audit trail for your transactions, system audit trail for your system changes. Okay, now here currency added, those details you can view from system audit trail. Right, next, accountant audit trail. Now if you have any accountant user, you can view accountant's audit trail report. Next, user listing. From here you can view your users list. You can select your company. If you are using multi companies, now if you click here, you can view different companies. If you are using different companies, you can select the company, then you can select users and you can select the role, and you can view report. From here you can view the company, username, role, status and username. Like that, you can generate the user listing. You can group by company or by user. If you select user, then system will display that username and what are the companies that user can log in. Right, now you can practice these audit reports. Okay, next we will move to tax report. You can generate tax report from here, tax return and reports. By clicking this view tax report, you can view your tax report. You can view your output, input, or sales tax or purchase tax, total for that output and input. You can view the net payable or refundable. And also you may have different tax period. After now here you can see the tax reporting frequency. If you are paying taxes or if you submit tax return monthly, you can enter 1 here, and if you are submitting quarterly, you can enter 3 here, then 3 months, and you can view the tax period. Now after you close any now here you can close tax period. After you complete all transactions for this period, you can close the tax period. Then this period will come to under previous tax period and returns. Okay, now you can see 7th period came to this previous tax period and returns. And if you want to view, you can view this tax period. And after you close any tax period, you cannot edit transactions in that period. Okay, now we will go to this transactions. We will go to customer tax invoices. You can see that locked sign available. If you close any tax period, you cannot edit these transactions. Okay, edit button also disabled, therefore you cannot edit this transaction. However, now assume you want to change these transactions due to any regulation, so you can go to tax period, and by clicking this reopen, you can open the tax period. After that, you can go to that transaction. Now you can see that log sign now not available. You can edit the transaction. And if you have reopened any tax period, before reopen another tax period, you want to close previous tax period. Now here you want to are you sure you want to reopen this period? Yes, but you cannot open because you may not have more than one historic period open. Therefore, you can close this period and you can reopen second period. Like that, you can, if you want to edit any transaction, you can reopen the tax period and you can do the editing, and after that you can close the tax period. Next, tax adjustment. If you want to do any tax adjustments, you can do from here. You can increase or decrease your tax adjustments. From here you can decrease your tax balance from purchase tax adjustment. From sales tax adjustment, you can increase your tax balance. From purchases, you can decrease. From sales tax adjustments, you can increase your tax balance. Here you can enter the amount. Now you can see here minus, it's plus, right? Like that, you can adjust your tax balances. Next, tax payments and refunds. you can pay or refund your tax payments, and you can click next. Then you can pay or refund your tax. Right, now you can practice this tax reports and tax adjustment and tax payments and refunds. Okay, next we will move to trial balance export. If you want to export your trial balance, you can use this and you can export. You can select date range, and you can select closing balance or movement, and you can export. Right, next we will move to stakeholders. From here you can view your list of stakeholders. And you can add stakeholders from by clicking add stakeholder. You can enter stakeholder name. You can select type natural person or juristic person. You can enter ID or registration number, tax number of this stakeholder, and date of birth, nationality. This contact details, postal address, physical address, business address, contact details. And you can, by clicking this roles and designations tab, you can enter if this stakeholder is a shareholder you can tick this option, and you can enter appointment date, shares held, and after if he resign, you can enter the resignation date. Okay, if it is a shareholder, you can tick this option, then this field will activate. You can enter details. Next, issued share capital, you can enter the certificate number, share class, allotment date, quantity, nominal value, value of shares, share status, and paid amount. Okay, if you tick only this issued share capital tab will activate. If you untick, it will not active. Right. Next, company roles. From here, you can create company roles. By clicking add company role, you can enter description and save. And you can view your company roles from here. Next, stakeholder report. From here, you can select stakeholders, and you can view from report option, you can view summary report or detailed report. Now, when you are generating this stakeholder report, there's a tick display shareholders only. If you untick this, all stakeholders will display. If you select detail, you can view physical address, postal address, business address, and type, date of birth, nationality, tax numbers. From here, you can view full name, active, or whether it's shareholder, and number of shares, appointment date, ID or registration number, you can view. Next, company roles report. From here, you can view company roles report. Next, we will move to share capital. From here, you can view authorized share capital. You can add share class from here, enter share class, quantity of shares, and nominal value. After that, you can save. Like that, you can enter list share classes and values. After that, you can generate share register. You can select shareholders, and you can view the report. Okay, we will wrap up for today. Now we have completed 9 sessions. Next session will be our final session. So after that, you will have the exam. So next session we will complete this company balance part and administration. Okay. Thank you very much. Stay safe.